Time now for the evening rush. Police are trying to figure out how a man ended up shot to death on I-40. APD got a call this morning about a suspicious vehicle that was parked on the flyover from I-40 eastbound onto I-25 south. When officers got to the scene, they found a man sitting in the driver's side of a truck shot to death. Police believe they have enough evidence to rule that this was not a suicide, but there are no witnesses.
Charges have been dropped for the New Mexico DWI attorney, once accused of driving drunk. Back in January, an officer said David Cerna appeared drunk. The officer ordered him an Uber at the Whole Foods on Carlisle, but Cerna came back for his car. 42 minutes passed before he was investigated for DWI. A judge ruled holding him that long was unconstitutional, leading to the state dropping charges.
The monsoon meter for Tuesday goes up to a 4, not particularly high. We will see the chance for a few storms, especially over the mountains. Just isolated storm chances here in the metro, but slow storm movement could mean some isolated flooding as well.
The man who admitted intentionally, the woman rather, who admitted intentionally starting a fire at an Albuquerque apartment complex will stay locked up for now. Police say Sherilyn Martinez told investigators she lit papers on fire with a stove at the Courtyard Apartments, that near San Pedro and Montgomery, on Friday. She appeared in Metro Court this afternoon, where the state called for her to be kept in jail until trial.
We are seeing the moments a construction crew saved the lives of a baby and toddler during that Albuquerque fire. One of the crew members, Mason Fierro, says he saw the black smoke and ran towards the building where a man was dangling a baby out of a second-story window. After catching the kids, the construction crew helped other people escape.
Decades after a teen was shot and killed in downtown Albuquerque, her family is still searching for new leads in her death. In 1989, 18-year-old Caitlin Arquette was shot and killed on Lomas near Arno. Officers made an arrest, but the charges were later dropped for a lack of evidence. Today, the family announced a new series of billboards around town, encouraging anyone with information to come forward.
A neighborhood is asking APD to step up and handle its homeless problem. Business owners near I-25 in Montgomery say they are constantly dealing with the homeless, drug dealers, and loiterers. APD is hosting an event with the community in the area to come up with a plan to fix it.
Graphic images have some parents upset with a new feeding technique at the Albuquerque Biopark. Zookeepers began hanging animal carcasses from trees to mimic what animals would do in the wild. Over the weekend, a viewer captured a photo of a rabbit hanging in the Tasmanian Devil exhibit. Some parents are concerned that it was done in the middle of the day.
A new study says taxpayer funding has dwindled for UNM. The report looked at the university's revenue split over the last 10 years. Back in the 2008-2009 school year, UNM state appropriation was more than $194 million, but that number dropped to about $146 million last school year.
The Metro Threat Index for Tuesday is just a 3. We are looking at the possibility of very warm temperatures once again, high 90s for us, but just that isolated storm threat keeps the threat index fairly low.
Dangerous flooding from Tropical Depression Barry is threatening 11 million people across the South. Heavy rains, tornadoes, and strong winds uprooted trees, damaged houses, and flooded roads in Louisiana. More than 90 people trapped in floodwaters were rescued. Although it could have been worse, officials are urging people to remain vigilant.
The Trump administration has announced sweeping asylum restrictions impacting most migrants from Central America. Starting tomorrow, asylum seekers traveling from Central America must first apply for protection in countries they're traveling through, such as Mexico.
Financier Jeffrey Epstein will have to wait to find out if he will make bail in his sex trafficking case. Today, a federal judge had not decided if Epstein deserved bail. He's accused of recruiting and abusing dozens of underage girls in his New York mansion and Florida home in the early 2000s. The judge is expected to rule on Thursday.
New Mexico is about to get its first food hall. An old lumber warehouse in the Sawmill District, which is north of Old Town, will be home to 24 businesses. The 34,000 square foot space will be full of food, beverage, and retail tenants. The Sawmill Market is expected to open in February.
P&M crews unearthed quite the discovery during a project. They found these World War II practice bombs on the West Mesa. P&M officials say the Army Air Force's advanced flying schools used that area as a training range for pilots and bombardiers. Some of the debris was left behind. Those practice bombs will be recycled.
We're just days away from the opening for artist Judy Chicago's art space this weekend, which happens to be Chicago's 80th birthday. The Through the Flowers exhibit will open in Berlin. There will be a wine tasting, and visitors can take a private tour of the new exhibit. And then there will be a special smoke show designed by the artist herself.